You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Is it tech message? I'm to your company too, Mr. Specialty. I just want one pack. No, not one pack. What's the name?
What will you do without freedom?
What's up, everybody? Mad Outdoorsman. Welcome back to the channel. Folks, I'm going to start off the Mad broadcast with a quote from John Wayne, all right? My hero, my mentor, my father figure. It goes like this. Talk low, talk slow, and don't talk too much. It's one of my favorite quotes by him, and words to live by. Right? In other words, it means simply be humble. All right. So let's jump into the Mad broadcast for today. We'll start with some world news coming out of Russia. All right. So we have North Korea, Kim Jong-un arrives in Russia for Putin meeting. All right. And this is big, guys, because Kim Jong-un rarely ever leaves the country, all right? He's just a paranoid wackadoodle, and he is hardly ever seen outside of country, all right? So let's get into the article here, and I will put this in the description box at the bottom of my video. So it says, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un arrived in Russia Tuesday, today, for a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, fueling the West's concerns over North Korea providing Russia with military aid. Okay. Goes on to say that, according to a Kremlin spokesman, Kim's immediate location is unclear inside of Russia. All right. Said his train was going north after crossing the Razdolnaya River, taking it away from Vladivostok, where Kim was scheduled to attend the Eastern Economic Forum. Goes on to say that a South Korean news agency posted a photo that is said showed the train in a city, I'm not even going to begin to pronounce this name, around 60 kilometers north of Vladivostok. All right. Goes on to say that Putin and Kim are slated to meet after the forum with a lunch in Kim's honor. All right. So what are they going to be talking about in this meeting? These two guys. During the rare meeting, Russia is expected to seek ammunition from North Korea to refill reserves drained by its war in Ukraine. Okay. In exchange for that, North Korea would likely want food, energy shipments, and transfers of sophisticated weapons technology. It's something to keep an eye on. And that's going to spark ongoing concerns over a deepening cooperation between the two countries. Yeah, I mean, you got pretty much two of our biggest adversaries in the world are getting in bed with each other. All right, and that's just bad news right there. And it goes on to say the meeting could also bring concerns over the increasing threat of Kim's nuclear weapons and missiles to the forefront. I mean, this guy's pretty much threatening nuclear annihilation every other day, right? So, I mean, you would think that should be at the forefront. Reading further, the relationship between the two isolated countries has fluctuated over the years, though they appear to be drawing closer to one another since Russia's special military operation of Ukraine back in February of 2022. All right, so Kim Jong-un is accompanied by a ruling party official in charge of munitions policies, okay, according to the South Korea's Unification Ministry. So I guess he was seen in the photos. Also in the photos were Pak Thai-sang, chairman of North Korea's Space Science and Technology Committee, and Navy Admiral Kim Mayor-sik, who is connected to North Korean attempts to acquire spy satellites and nuclear-capable ballistic missile submarines. All right, so he's got these people in tow with him. Rocket Man here. And the thing that sticks out to me in this article is not only the fact that they're in bed with each other, right? Our two biggest adversaries, our third probably being China. And then I would say Iran after that, in my opinion. But he's bringing big ruling party officials with him, and one of them has attempted to acquire spy satellites in the past. So what's he going to do with these spy satellites? You know, what's he going to do with nuclear-capable ballistic missile submarines? All right, so let's break it down. The spy satellites could be easily armed with a thermonuclear warhead, and then from there it'll be launched into outer space, and it could be exploded over our hemisphere, causing what? An EMP, right? An EMP attack, guys, and that will pretty much wipe out all electricity, communications, you name it, coast to coast. It'll be a coast to coast blackout. So that's my concern if they're trying to acquire these spy satellites. And obviously nuclear capable ballistic missile submarines, that goes without saying. They could have those parked right off of our coast, right? And the chances of them being undetected are pretty high. All right, so something to keep an eye on and pay attention to, see how this unfolds. All right, so that's pretty much what is going on in the world today. We're gonna bring it back home here. All right, guys, this is kind of like an older story, but it's starting to make the news again. So imagine this. Imagine being a parent, walking into a school board meeting, okay, standing up for your child that after she just got sexually assaulted by another student, okay, and then after you stand up and voice your opinions and your concerns over it, you get carried out of that school board meeting in handcuffs, okay. The story I'm alluding to is the Virginia father, Scott Smith, and he was charged with obstruction of justice and disorderly conduct for his behavior at the meeting, which took place shortly after his 15-year-old daughter was assaulted in her school's bathroom in Ashburn, Virginia. All right. He was convicted of both charges in 2021. Smith's conviction for resisting arrest was later dismissed, and he eventually received a suspended sentence of 10 days in jail. All right. And why am I bringing this up? Because it was this incident that sparked that memo that was written by the National School Board Committee to Attorney General Merrick Garland, who turned around and sent a notification to the FBI to pretty much keep an eye on parents at school board meetings. All right, that made big news. All right, and it was all because of this incident. All right, so I'm going to show a clip of what happened to this father during this school board meeting. All right, and then we'll jump back into the story. Check this out.
Transgender is wrong too. You are who you are. You cannot change that.
She's trying to disrupt things, guys. She's trying to disrupt things. Let's continue on over here. Let's continue on.
So there you go, guys. Pretty disturbing. I mean, I think I can't speak for every father or every, and even mother, but I can speak for myself here. First off, somebody should pin a medal on that guy's chest. All right. Second of all those people that advocated for this guy getting arrested, including all the way down to the cops that put their handcuffs on this guy, they all should be charged or fired from their jobs. All right. These cops are they're pretty much the foot soldiers of the tyrants. All right. They're following the tyrant's orders. All right. So don't give me that shit saying, oh, we're just following orders. All right. No. I'll be goddamned if somebody is sexually. I got two girls, adults, and I got another daughter on the way. So I'll be damned if somebody sexually assaults them and number one gets away with it. And I'll just keep it at that. But yeah, I would do the same thing. I would definitely go into that school board meeting. I would start shooting my mouth off, and voicing my concerns and my opinions. So that father did nothing wrong, in my opinion. And according to the governor of Virginia, he agrees because he got pardoned. All right, so we're going to get into that. Further down in the article, this is a quote by Governor Youngkin of Virginia. Scott Smith is a dedicated parent who's faced unwarranted charges in his pursuit to protect his daughter. Scott's commitment to his child, despite the immense obstacles, is emblematic of the parental empowerment movement that started in Virginia, Youngkin said in a statement announcing the pardon. All right. It goes on to say, quotes by the governor, in Virginia, parents matter, and my resolve to empower parents is unwavering. A parent's fundamental right to be involved in their child's education, upbringing, and care should never be undermined by bureaucracy, school divisions, or the state. I am pleased to grant Scott Smith this pardon and help him and his family put this injustice behind them once and for all, he added. All right. So hat tip to the governor of Virginia. Finally we saw the right thing happen. Very rarely do we see that, right? So in my opinion, the governor did the right thing there. There was no reason for this parent to get arrested. All right, the article goes on to state, Smith's arrest at the school board meeting helped fuel a national political conversation around school choice and parental rights. Conservative media in particular highlighted the sexual assault case in an effort to promote anti-transgender talking points. And why are we talking anti-transgender here? Because it was a transgender student that sexually assaulted this gentleman's daughter. All right. So yeah, this incident, going back to what I said, this incident sparked that whole controversy with the Attorney General Merrick Garland issuing that memo to the FBI to keep an eye on parents at school board meetings, basically, labeling them as domestic terrorists. So I'm going to show a short clip of where Attorney General Merrick Garland completely gets destroyed by a committee of politicians, Republican politicians, getting called out on that decision that he made. So check this out.
And General Garland, you know the difference between law and politics. Law is based on facts. It is impartial. It is not used as a tool of political retribution. This memo was not law. This memo was politics.
This was political hackery. The kind of stuff you told us when you were seeking confirmation that you would be against. And you had the audacity to begin your opening statement today by telling us one of your big 3 priorities was to make sure communications between the White House and the Justice Department were not politicized. The last 3 administrations in a row have politicized the Department of Justice, the 3 including you now.
This is
that's wrong.
Shameful. Judge, this is shameful. This testimony, your directive, your performance is shameful.
That's not.
Thank God you are not on the Supreme Court. You should resign in disgrace.
So there you go, guys. This is an ongoing problem in this country, and we have to keep making noise about this. Again, I'm absolutely pleased to see the right thing happen here in this case. And We need to call these people out for that tyranny, okay? Because that's basically what this says. So there's that. So that's pretty much the Mad broadcast for today, folks. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for the next. Mad Outdoorsman. See you later.